Good morning, family in America and all over the world. Welcome to our morning devotion today. I hope you had a great night. And thank you for joining. As always, before starting our day, let us offer a bow to our Heavenly Parent. 천지인 천부모님께 경배 바로. Thank you. So to start us off, I would like to invite Brother Myohan to lead us into a family pledge.
가정 맹세 1. 처녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 본향 땅을 찾아 본인의 창조 이상인 지상 천국과 천상 천국을 창건할 것을 맹세하나이다. 2. 처녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 천부모님을 모시어 천주의 대표적 가정이 되며 중심적 가정이 되어 가정에서는 효자, 국가에서는 충신, 세계에서는 성인, 천주에서는 성자의 가정의 도리를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 3. 처녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 4대 심정권과 3대 왕권과 황족권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 4. 처녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님의 창조 이상인 천주대 가족을 형성하여 자유와 평화와 통일과 행복의 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 5. 처녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 매일 주체적 천상 세계와 대상적 지상 세계의 통일을 향해 전진적 발전을 혁신화할 것을 맹세하나이다. 6. 처녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 하늘 부모님과 참부모님의 대신 가정으로서 천운을 움직이는 가정이 되어 하늘의 축복을 주변에 연결시키는 가정을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 7. 처녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 본연의 혈통과 연결된 위하는 생활을 통하여 신정문화 세계를 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다. 8. 처녀극 주인 우리 가정은 참사랑을 중심하고 처녀극 시대를 맞이하여 절대 신앙, 절대 사랑, 절대 복종으로 신인의 일체 이상을 이루고 지상 천국과 천상 천국의 해방권과 석방권을 완성할 것을 맹세하나이다.
Thank you, Brother Myohan. Now I want to invite Kimie Stana to offer a prayer.
Okay. Good morning, Heavenly Parent. Thank you for the we had the amazing two parents, two fathers 101, two mothers 78 years historical birthday, and the 8th foundation day celebration. And yesterday we have received so much blessing. We are so grateful, especially to mother. She's standing as a, we see the true mother is in the universe, all over the world, people giving us such a beautiful congratulations message. It's a mother we're so grateful, Mother. Without you, how can you really to survive this difficult time? Now, how can you really return our heart to Hyojung heart? How to offer our heart to not just the receiving this morning devotion. We need to take action to reach, testify who your parents are. So we don't have much time. This really officially start 2021 started. This 7 years course is a really special, very time to mothers. Last 7 years course. What can I offer each family, each person? How can I offer our gratitude and the Hyojung heart to Mother? So we wanted to say to you, don't worry about us. We're gonna take responsibility. We can really change it. We can really testify who Japans are. Please, Mother, rest it. We wanted to really share the heart and then take seriously one by one through the holy community, online holy community. We can really reach that changing this society. Nation. America is standing as an elder son nation. So we can really take responsibility to save the world. So now it's really time is come. Now we pay so much indemnity. We have so many people dying this COVID, especially America, have to pay so much indemnity. It's but now it's so grateful. This morning, every morning, Dr. Yang's determination to 7 years. This morning devotion, not miss even one day. This is a true Cheongsong. We wanted to inherit it from Dr. Yang's heart. So thank you so much. We are starting this morning devotion. Please be with us. And we can really prepare ourselves today. Thank you so much. I played Stana, bless the family. Adieu. Thank you so much.
아주.
Thank you so much for your prayer. Now it's time to go into our breakout rooms and share our gratitudes for this morning. Please enjoy. Welcome back. Thank you for sharing your gratitudes for this morning. Again, thank you. Now I want to invite Mrs. Keiko Breland to share her gratitude for this morning. Please unmute yourself.
Hello, I'm sorry. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. It was totally unexpected, but anyway, I'm really grateful that like Yong talked about how morning devotion is like indemnity condition, and then so like so you'll be guided by a whole day, and then God can really answer your questions or answer your direction, and then it's really true, and so I just think thing is in a day that so many things come up, and then so like how always keep that God in my mind, and then how really that keep that morning devotion inspiration, and then that connection of heart in a day. That's my real challenge, and then it's like if you can do that, like Yong talking about this 7 years, totally devoted to that, and then it's like anyway, I like to do that, but anyways, sorry, it's not a victory testimony, but I will try. Okay, thank you.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you for your sharing.
Thank you. Next, I want to invite, actually, I think this is God telling me, Chanwoo Ang to share a gratitude for this morning.
Thank you. I think this morning I was just really grateful for the message we received yesterday, and mostly about God. I really feel the message was really important, talking about how we should recognize that any suffering that we try to avoid or try to shift onto others, it really does go to someone else. And if we can't bear that for ourselves, then someone else will have to do it instead. And I really felt that was something I took to heart, and something an attitude I want to have in the future is really think about how much God has had to suffer over the course of history, and for me to avoid anything is giving him a bigger thing to another thing to worry about, another thing to suffer for. So I really want to do my best to if anything comes my way, and if anything difficult comes my way, then take it in stride and don't complain about it, but just think about how much stress I'm relieving off of God and also off of others by willingly bearing it instead of just being a pig that's being led. So thank you.
Oh, thank you, Chanu. You are representative of third generation. I really appreciate you to attend every morning devotion. You are such a handsome boy. Thank you. Internally, externally, you are very handsome. Thank you.
Thank you. 감사합니다.
Thank you, Chanwoo. Thank you for sharing. So now that we've shared our gratitudes, I would like to invite our Dr. Yong to lead us into our morning devotion and spiritual food.
안녕하세요. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. 오하요 고자이마스. 니하오마, 봉주아. Buenos dias, magandang umaga po sa inyong lahat. Sawadika. Namaste. My dear brothers and sisters, 안녕하십니까? Yesterday, did you enjoy to attend the celebration of the Foundation Day through parents' birthday? We saw our true mother such a beautiful and profound speech, and also we attended, beautiful entertainment. So they really preparing so much. We really appreciating mother's such effort for us. Yesterday I talked about no matter how much you suffer, you must survive. Wow. Father's encouragement. Whenever we are facing some suffering, difficulties, and then through parents always give us a really great lesson how to overcome. Your attitude is important whenever you are facing any difficulties, any problems. You need to think that I need to pay the price joyfully. I need to pay the price gratefully. Pray for greater suffering. Give me more suffering. I will take it happily, joyfully. Then Satan completely surrenders to me and runs away. No matter what kind of suffering you may have, do not die, but stay alive. No matter how difficult it may be, do not betray God and true parents. Incredible guidance yesterday. Today, I'd like to talk about there are so many trials in establishing God's will. When I look back upon my past, wow, I did not know how I could overcome so many trials. And then finally I came to America. Wow, it is really incredible. Our life is always, trial and blessing, trial and blessing, and trial and blessing. So that's why Father talking about there are so many trials in establishing God's will. So we need to understand what Father is talking about. I'd like to invite our Heavenly Honey to read Father's word.
There are many trials in establishing God's will. I cannot describe how many trials I had to face in the course of establishing God's will. God entrusts me with a tremendous mission. Then he sends me to the gates of death. He is that cold-hearted. What is sympathy? He is cold-hearted. Even if you cough up blood and faint, he will fail to recognize this and kick you to go forward. However, because I know the heart of heaven, I have been able to overcome it. At the very end, God weeps bitterly for me. Weeping bitterly, he says, when you did this, I treated you that way. And when you did that, I treated you this way. Then why does God treat me that way? It is to make me into this kind of person. Because I have understood this. I have been able to walk this path until now.
Oh, thank you, Heavenly Honey. Yeah. Father is the Messiah. True parents, second coming. Many of them thinking that he is the Son of God. he doesn't have any trial, any test by God or by Satan. But according to Father's word, he gone through so many trials and overcome, and another trial come, individual level, national level, and then worldwide level, at cosmic level. Even directly God tested him. Even God denied him. Wow, he can overcome any trials, but his final trial is what? Not by Satan. He got a trial by God directly. Even God denied him. No, Reverend Moon, that is no. And then how he overcome when God denied him. So our Father principally, logically, reasonably, artistically convince Heavenly Father. Even though you say like that, logically, principally, artistically, you cannot say like that. And then even God surrendered by Father's explanation, principal way, and also convincing artistic way. Then even God surrendered. Father can overcome any trials, any test, but he believed in God. You know, God is the God of the principle. How come God is the God of principle and deny Father's principle when he discovered something? But Father knew that he need to go through that kind of the trials. That is really amazing. God cannot sympathize him. If God sympathizes him and then Satan immediately accused, because of your help, he overcame. That's why his homework he need to do. Even Messiah need to train himself. If he cannot train himself, he cannot overcome his trial, how he can lead all mankind to overcome any trial, any test? That's why Father is really amazing. Do you know why I appreciate through Father, through Mother? They are human beings. They have emotion. They have intellect. They have will. Same as me, same as you. You know, he feels same pain. He feels same sorrow. He feels same happiness as me. That's why we can have hope. Even true Father can overcome under that kind of situation. That's why second coming need to come as a human being. If he didn't come as a human being just only by spirit, no one change any individual, any family, any nation. That's why our Father and Mother really great. You know, when see Father and Mother's footstep, also we can overcome. This is really amazing, you know. There are many trials in establishing God's will. The important thing when faced with a trial is not to complain. If you complain, you will lose to Satan in your trials. Therefore, the secret to overcome trial is to thoroughly deny yourself and be grateful. So when you complain, when you face with the trials, complain, then you already lose. You are loser, not winner. That's why whenever you're facing very serious trial, very much hardship, And most of them are very much, I would say, complain. No satisfaction. So much disappointment. So when you're able to deny you, when someone deny you, then immediately you have complaint. Immediately you can have the disappointment. Then you cannot overcome your trials. That's why, to overcome any trial, most important thing is what? Deny myself. Deny myself. Maybe this cause I need to overcome. I need to digest this cause. That's why you need to have a really pure mind and obedient to God's will. Obedient to God's word. And then you need to think, this is my destiny to overcome. This is my destiny to overcome these trials. That's why whenever you have some trials and tests and difficulty, immediately we can know your identity. What kind of person you are. Immediately we know that. We are fallen men, easily complain, easily disappointed, easily frustrated. This is the fallen man. That's why in order to overcome our trial, most important thing is what Father said. You need to deny yourself. And then always have to be grateful. When faced with the trials, people worry a lot or get frustrated easily. They doubt whether God and the spiritual world, really exist. So in the end, they compromise in the environment of the reality and lost the faith. That's why many people join our movement. And then on the way, they left the church. Why? They could not overcome that kind of trials. And then doubt. And frustrated. No patience. Many kind of trial by your able, by your friends, by your own member, by money, all kind of the trials. And finally, leave a church. Someone overcome 1 year, and then 3 years. Someone overcome 10 years, and then on the way, betrayed through parent. All kind of the trial and test. Then finally, you go to the secular world. True Father taught that he should not be sympathized by anyone when he was tried. He thought he would overcome it. He thought he would overcome it with his own strength. Rather, he comforted God by saying, Heavenly Father, I am fine. I am okay. I can overcome by myself. If God help him to overcome, then he cannot have the qualification to become the Messiah. He need to overcome by himself. You need to do homework by yourself. Your homework, nobody help you. Your homework is your portion of responsibility. Human being can grow up through the trials and tests. Student, can study more harder and become good student through the test. Your homework, you need to be done by yourself, not rely on your teacher, by your father and mother. That is your job. That is your portion of responsibility. That's why any trial come, no need to get help from other people. No need to get any sympathize condition. You need to overcome. This is my homework. This is my job. This is my portion of responsibility. One thing need to know that Father always think that why this trial coming to me? Actually, this trial is a blessing. And then after overcoming this trial, and then upgrade another level. No, he thought about the blessing of the trial. So after trials, greater blessings and missions surely await. You know, that's why where there is a trials, there is a blessing as well. That's why whenever you're facing some trials and you need to think that, wow, blessing is waiting for me. That's why Father said, persecution is a blessing. When you take it the blessing, when you accept the blessing, when you accept the persecution, take it voluntarily, happily. Then Father said, definitely you will get the blessing. Where there are trials, there are surely blessings. And then you're facing another trials and overcome, and then you can have another greater blessing. That's why our life of faith, to grow up, there are trials and blessing and blessing and trials and then another trials and blessing. We need to grow up. That's why, you need to take it any trials happily. This is really, growing. God asked me to grow and then become mature man and mature woman and become true man and true woman and become God's sons and daughters. How Heavenly Father train our even true parents. That's why you need to know that how to deal with trials. The darkness cannot beat the light. You need to believe in that. Winter cannot beat spring. Despair cannot beat hope. Unhappiness cannot beat gratitude. My trials cannot beat my dreams and vision. My suffering cannot beat my absolute faith and obedience and love. Now, the winter season. Sooner or later, spring is coming. Not all the time winter. Already prepare. Spring. Not all year round is winter. There is spring, summer, autumn, and winter. My brothers and sisters, actually trial and test is a great blessing. If we overcome, and then we are more closer and closer to God. And my heart become more, relate to our Heavenly Parents. That's why any trial come and then you need to have this kind of attitude. The darkness cannot be the light. Winter cannot be spring. Despair cannot beat hope. Unhappiness cannot beat gratitude. My trials cannot be my dreams and vision, no matter what. I want to establish God's kingdom of heaven on the earth. I want to establish God's 천일국 on the earth. As long as I have that kind of God's vision, God's dream, nobody beat me. Any suffering cannot beat my absolute faith. Wow. Father is a very, very powerful man. The larger the mission is, the greater trial is. That's why when I, look back on my past life, oh my goodness, there are so many trials. the trials of the individual level, the trials of the family level, tribal level, national level, really different. When I just become one of the members, my trial is very small. And the staff family, my trial is more greater. When I become pioneer and the church leader, oh my God. And then when I become the missionary to Malaysia, oh my God. When I become the national leader in Malaysia, another level trial. And then from there, I become national messiah to a Commonwealth of the Dominica. Oh my, like almost I die. I have that kind of experience. From national messiah to the continental director in Oceania. Wow, completely different level. From Oceania continental director to Asia continental director, different kind of a trial and test. I cannot explain all the details. Many times like life and death until this level. The God in the trial process is a cold-hearted God. This is because he wants to set the standard of winning by yourself. God cannot intervene. If God intervenes you, that is not yours. Blessing is not yours. That's why God really wants to help you. However, he cannot help you because that is your portion of responsibility to overcome. If God helps through Father and wins, Satan will accuse him. Likewise, all trials must be passed by myself. However, after passing through trials, God weeps bitterly for me, Father said. When he overcome torturing, kind of life and death, even for himself, really difficult to overcome. Torturing and torturing and torturing and torturing and bleeding and bleeding and bleeding. Many times so fainted and then wake up again. God cannot intervene. Let Satan, giving the trial to Messiah. God cannot intervene. Just only, hiding emotion and then pray. My son need to overcome. My son need to overcome. When Father failed us so many times, overcome the trial of the life and death. And then finally, Heavenly Father came to Father. He weeps really bitterly and cry and cry and cry and cry. Console him, comfort him. Well done, my son. Well done. I am so sorry. I could not help you. The reason why God gives me the trial and suffering is because God wants me to grow and wants to give me a greater mission. Our job is what? What the greater mission means what? I have to be true sons and daughters. I have to be true husband and wife. I have to be true parents. I need to establish God's nation. I have to be a tribal messiahs. So many things I need to do it. Since true parents are the Messiah, they are supposed to receive the greatest trials in human history. The greatest. That's why he suffered more than anyone. He overcome more than any trials. That is the Messiah. That's why do not think simply about the true mother's job. If you overcome any trials more than mother, then you can criticize mother. Do not think simply about the mother's position, mother's identity. how she could overcome such trials and difficulties. No one knows. No one knows. If you overcome it through the suffering, your spiritual level surely will be upgraded. Therefore, without trial, there is no growth. You need to understand, without trials, there is no growth, no blessing. I'd like to invite the Heavenly Honey again.
You need to overcome trials in order to win. In order for us to be victorious, we need to first go through material suffering. Second, the trial of love. Third, the trial of Satan, or a direct test of heaven. Jacob was also deceived 10 times with material things, but his conviction remained unchanged. Moses also gave up a luxurious environment and went to the wilderness of Midian to overcome material suffering and trials from foreign nations. And Jesus also suffered all kinds of trials. Now, the person who is in charge of teaching will test you, and God will test you. You need to win there to become a winner. In the end, the angel does not bless you, but Father directly will bless you. Therefore, you need to go through the most difficult, sad, and painful steps at least once in order to receive the blessings of Israel.
Thank you, Heavenly Honey. This one is from the book of the God's will. Father said, in order for us to be victorious, we need to first go through material suffering. Second, the trial of love. Third, the trial of Satan, or a direct test of heaven. Yeah. You know, when we decided to do or decided to go to God's will, surely you will face some trial of the material suffering. That's why many people give up to go to God's will and then finally walk outside. And then the relationship become more far away, and finally bye-bye to God and bye-bye to heavenly true parents. Do you love material more than God? This is a really, really important question in your life of faith. Do you love God more than material? Moses left his palace, gave up any kind of external glory, any material things. Buddha, he left his place of the palace. Wow, already completely different level. That's why first step, you need to overcome what? The trial of the material suffering. Many people gave up their life of faith because of the material, because of the money. Church is no guarantee. Do not provide money, then I don't want to relate to church anymore. In your life of faith, this kind of a trial coming to you, how often? What do you think? Did you really overcome the trial of the material suffering? Secondly, you need to overcome trial of love. Some of them are very, very inspired by divine principle and join our church. And then, without exception, everybody facing the trial of love. Some women appear, Some men appear. Some you are able tempt you. And then give and take it together and then left the church. Not just only physical, that kind of the test. One of the most, difficult to overcome the trial of love, that is spiritual fornication. Spiritual fornication. That's why I was very inspired by our Naoki is about, someone one day he talked about how he overcome that kind of trial of love. That's why he became national leader. Not easy to overcome trial of love. Many sexual temptation, and many people left because of the trial of love. Do you love God more than woman? Do you love God more than any man? This is really one of the serious trials. Nobody can deny. And third, the trial of Satan, or a direct test of the heaven when, Jacob completed the 21 years course, and then he on the way to meet his older brother, Esau. And then God directly tested him. How can we overcome that? Even Father, his final test denied by God. Jacob also denied by God. Wow, this is not a simple matter. Because we often think about the Father humanistically. Humanistically. Through your life of faith, face many tests and lay the foundation for victory. They are to make a solid rock that God can trust. Very important point. Now I'm talking about here. Even though Father was tested by Satan, he said, he could not take the test of the true brothers and sisters, the test of the true parents, because themselves they are true parents, and then test of the true children. Since you will given all three tests, in that sense, you are better than Father. Wow. Not just only about the 3 or 4 kinds of the trial of the material suffering and the trial of love and then trial of the Satan or God, but Father talking about here, another internal trial. Number 1, trial by you are able. Even though you are so inspired by divine principle and then you are facing some problem, your relationship with your Abel and Cain, and then finally give up your life of faith. How you overcome that? I really hate the Korean leadership. I really hate the Japanese leadership. Anyway, you need to overcome it. Secondly, Father said, the test of the true parents and the test of the true children. Wow. Okay, I accept divine principle as eternal truth. Okay, I accept Father and Mother, they are my Messiah, they are my eternal Lord, second coming. Okay, I accept. However, some of them lost the faith because of the true children. Completely disappointed. That's why Father said, you have to be careful. I really envy you because you have that kind of test by true children. I don't have any chance because I am the Messiah, I am the true parents. But you, blessed family, you have a chance to God can get the test by true children. When true children test you, you lose faith or you overcome or not. Life of faith is overcoming. Does not matter. Any true children tempt me or test me. Does not matter. I believe in God. I believe in true parents. I believe in true about the divine principle. If they make the wrong, and then they are wrong. No matter what, keep going. Why disappoint? Why you will lose your faith? Need to overcome. They are not God. They are not my central figure. My eternal central figure through parents. You want to rely, if you lose your faith because of them, then they are your central figure. Okay. If you overcome test of your true children, then final one is what? So I think all of you have got a test by true Father. Oh, he's the Messiah? In the beginning, yeah, it seems he's the Messiah. When you're facing some problem, when you hear all kind of news from media and the internet, all, and then you start to have doubting. Oh, Reverend Moon, he's really the Messiah? On the way, your life of faith, really challenging these problems. Did you overcome? Eternally, you never betray to the Father. Eternally, you have absolute conviction He's the Messiah. Sometimes think about Father humanistically and externally. Okay, I overcome. Father is the Messiah. However, Father passed away. And then true Mother took over as the Messiah. And then she proclaimed, I am the begotten daughter. This is the final test and trial to you. I am okay. She's the wife of true Father. It's okay. How come she proclaimed boldly, I am the begotten daughter? This is the final test. Your life of faith. Your final test. Your final test is what? Doubting true Mother's leadership. Doubting true Mother's identity. That's why even 36 couple, 72 couple, elder blessed couple, they lost the faith. They lost the faith, I'm telling you. Wow. However, if you overcome last trial, you are final winner. You are final winner. If you overcome this last trial, I am telling you, you have a trouble in your life of faith. Father teaches us very clearly here. You know, our life of faith, definitely we have facing trials. How can you overcome? And then you are okay still. Some of them are serving mother, serving father physically, very closely. Sometimes you can see like a human point of view. How you overcome it. Aju? When faced with 10 trials, go to 100 trials. What I said. Then it will rush away as a reaction. And if you go to the place where you are more miserable than the trials you face, heaven will hold you up. My dear brothers and sisters, life of faith is overcoming. That's why, first of all, you need to have absolute conviction through divine principle. You cannot deny God. You cannot deny true parents. Principally, you really have that kind of conviction by yourself. Secondly, you need to have a substantial experience through spiritual world. You need to have a substantial experience, artistic experience. God is a God of the sorrow. That's why I cannot deny him. I cannot avoid him, no matter any kind of a trial come. And you recognize the true parents, the Messiah, through your spiritual experience, not just only by truth. Like Reverend Johann Lee. When he over 100 years old, he talked to me that, hey, Yong, my life, 2/3 of my life living in spiritual world. I know where am I going to stay. I met all the senior blessed couple already passed away. I know where are they staying. I know Father's value. When I call Father in spiritual world, wow, really too much shining. I cannot see him. When I call Mother, same kind of the situation. I know true parents' value. He teaches me. He has absolute conviction. They are the Messiah. Amazing. My dear brothers and sisters, we need to overcome all the trials. Trials of the material suffering, trial of love, trial of Satan, trial of my able, trial of my true parents, trial of the true children. Finally, you are winner. Nobody can test you. You are final winner. And then we enter the 천보원. Yeah, Father's guidance is amazing. That's why no need to afraid of any test and trial. After trial, surely what? Blessing will come to you. Through trial, you can grow up step by step. Finally, reach to completion. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Wow. Thank you so much, Dr. Yong. This is so amazing. I think we received so much wisdom from Dr. Yong. I think this reminds me of something Mother said yesterday during Foundation Day. She said, like, a snake has to shed its skin in order to grow. And it's, even though it's painful, but it's a process that's needed to grow. So yeah, I think when we go through trials, that's when God is trying to really bless us and let us grow. So yes, so now that we've received spiritual food, it's time to go into our breakout rooms and share our reflection with our brothers and sisters. And yeah, I hope you can open your hearts and hear from each other. Thank you. welcome back, everybody. I hope your sharings were great. Yeah, it's really great how we get the chance to share with our brothers and sisters today. I want to invite Yusun Angolio, if you could share. Please unmute yourself.
Yeah. I remember this one specific instance. It was 2018, and I had found my way to Korea for the first time in my life. I was excited. I was able to go to Champion, and I had saved money, and I was like, yeah, finally I can be with True Mother in the same space. But in that moment, I was breaking down because I was going through a lot. I had to survive. So I remember being in Chongqing praying and sincerely asking God, please see me as your child. I'm suffering. I am here because I'm attending GCTY, but I know when I go back home, I have to deal with a lot. And the one person I constantly prayed to was our Heavenly Mother, because I wanted to be with my mother, but she wasn't with me. And I felt completely alone. I was like, oh God, how can I overcome this? How can I go through this? And my Dr. Yong saying, before you turn 30, you have to go through immense amount of suffering. I was like, well, I think I have paid my share of suffering with the past few years I've gone through. That has to be enough, right, God? But I'm really glad that today's morning devotion has taught me that if I didn't go through that by myself and learn to overcome that and be like, I have done it, the woman I am today would not have been the same person. Seeing how far I have come, I keep smiling back at God and saying, thank you for reassuring me that I am your daughter. Thank you for reassuring me that regardless of what I go through, I should not lose my worth as a second gen. That regardless of what I go through, I should not judge my outcome based on the fact that, oh, you can overcome anything. But in every single aspect that I went through, I jumped off True Mother thrice in 1 year. And every single time she came to me and reminded me, she was like, look at this flower. It's in the mud, but it's still blooming. Look at this pot. It is cracked, but it's still worthy. And seeing True Mother in 2018, I felt, wow, I really have to offer my life in whatever costs. In keeping my worth as a second gen, keeping my head high, and accepting any challenge that comes my way, because the amount of suffering and fear I have shed over the past 3 years makes me feel like, wow, this is not even close to what our true parents have faced. I should not complain. I have no right to complain.
Wow.
So my trial,
Beautiful, beautiful.
this is what I have to go through.
Yeah, amazing your testimony. Thank you so much for your overcoming as a second gen. I'm so grateful to hear your beautiful and very heartfelt sharing. 감사합니다. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Yusun. Oh, wow. You made me cry, but I was like, yeah, no, I'm not going to cry. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you. Wow. Now I want to invite Janelle Fleshman. I don't know if you're here. If you could share your reflection.
Yeah, thank you so much, Dr. Yong. And today's message, I think I was really touched by the quote. I was kind of maybe a little shocked or surprised, the quote where Chufade said that God was cold-hearted. And I felt, wow, is God really cold-hearted towards his own children? But I could feel, in the course of restoration, God has had to push the ones that he loved so much and cause so much suffering, even on the ones that he loved, because of the need of restoration, and that at the end of the course, God is crying bitter tears, and he's so grateful for us, and especially so grateful for true parents who could overcome whatever suffering they had to go through, whatever trials they had to go through. So I feel, whatever trials come my way, I want to remember that there's always blessings at the end, and I want to be expecting the blessings. And so grateful for true parents and the example that they've given to me and to us. Thank you.
Thank you, Jinil. 감사합니다.
Thank you so much, Janelle. Thank you for your hard work. So please, if you enjoyed today's morning devotion, Tal is going to send the donation link in the chat, and we would love if you could support our morning devotion ministry. And if you're watching on Facebook, actually, there's a link down the live stream, so you could also support the morning devotion. So we actually have a special treat for you today. It will be given by Rika and Kotone. I believe they're here, so please unmute yourself and share.
Hi, everyone. Good morning. Thank you so much.
Wow, so two girls, beautiful.
Hi, Dr. Young.
Thank you.
I just wanted to start by sharing that I was so deeply inspired yesterday by Mihoko-san's testimony, how she felt God's desperate heart to save his children through her witnessing experience. I was just so touched yesterday, and I don't know, there's just like so much like tears flowing down. I just feel like I've been repenting so much, like in front of God, for my own weakness and flaws in my own life. And I feel like every time I was doing that, I felt so strongly like God's presence and like him like comforting me when I was supposed to be comforting him. And so I'm just really grateful for this morning devotion. It's given us so much. And today we wanted to prepare something from our hearts to you guys. And I hope we can inspire some of you guys here and share God's love through this performance.
Thank you, Hawaii girls.
Yes, we'll be performing hula today to a song called Nada Soso. We really wanted to give back and spread some aloha to you, Dr. Yong, and all of you here for everything you have given us throughout this time.
Yes.
Nada Soso is a Japanese song about the longing heart for a loved one. And listening to this song, we felt the heart of True Mother towards our beloved True Father. And we hope that all of you can watch the performance thinking about our Heavenly Parents, True Parents, and your loved ones. We will send the English lyrics into the chat so you can understand the meaning and follow along.
Okay, thank you.
Please enjoy Nada Soso.
Ooh.
bravo! Beautiful. Thank you, Hawaii girls. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Rika and Kotone. That was so beautiful. And I think on the chat, you're receiving so much love. So please look on the chat how so many people enjoyed your performance. Thank you. Thank you for that. And for our closing prayer today, I am going to invite Uncle Hans Moyer. If you can please close us off with prayer.
Oh, what a beautiful sharing of heart and love. And yeah, that's what it's all about, isn't it, in the end? So please join me in prayer. Father, we're entering a new year after Foundation Day, and it looks like a golden era. The sun is shining, and within each one of our hearts is new hope emerging. Father, thank you so much for our dear parents, and thank you so much for our true family, all the blessed central families, Father. What a beautiful, beautiful symphony of transformation and renewal that we are able to participate in. Thank you. Pray all these things in my name, Hans Moyer, from the blessed central family of you. Sorry about that.
Thank you so much, Hans. Thank you for your tearful prayer. 감사합니다. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for that. And with that, we will be closing today. Thank you for joining, and we hope to see you tomorrow. Have a great day.
Okay, 감사합니다. Thank you. Have a nice day.
Thank you.
Bye, Dr. Yong. 감사합니다. Bye, Dr. Yong.
Have a beautiful day.
Tony, so wonderful. Thank you so much.